Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you for checking out another episode of the show. Today's features Willem Dafrend. Had a lot of fun hanging out with these guys, talking about their new music they just released. They got 2 new singles out there, and we got some upcoming shows and all kinds of fun stuff we get into. Do want to remind you, as always, Rock Paper Podcast is brought to you by Roughneck Beard Company and American Rambler, located here in St. Louis, Missouri, over in the Maplewood area off of Manchester. Swing by the shop and pick up some of your favorite all-natural, locally sourced beard oils, beard balms. It's warming up out there. Check out their junk powder. It's an all-natural alternative to products like Gold Bond or any of those. And one of my personal favorites, the Roughneck Beard Batter. Roughneck Beard Batter is the ultimate beard and skin moisturizer. It's a blend of 8 nutrient-rich soft oils whipped directly into unrefined shea butter for a moisturizing kick like no other. The highest amount of triglycerides and fatty acids available in the beard care market, hands down. World-renowned, but made right here in St. Louis. Again, shop 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com and use my code RPP15, RPP15, for an exclusive 15% off your purchase. That's your entire order. Use that code at checkout and help support this show, support local business. Also, big shout out to Heil Sound for their continued support and helping make this show sound great. Shop heilsound.com today and get yourself a brand new microphone. And if you'd like to help to continue to support this show, a great way to do so would be visiting the all-new merch store at buyjack.com/rockpaperpodcast. And you can find your little Shaney t-shirts, your logo shirts, tank tops, snapback trucker hats up there. You can find it all in whatever size and different colors and all kinds of things. And it'd be really cool. It's a great way to support this show, keep everything going, and you get some cool shirts out of it. Those are always making me laugh seeing those out around town. So thank you to everybody that's already purchased one of those little Shaney shirts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Of course, you can always find me at rockpaperpodcast.com. If you need me, you can reach me on my email at rockpaperpodcast@gmail. Hit me up on the socials. Anything, I would love to hear from you all. And with all that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode with my friends, Willem Dafrend.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Tonight on Rock Paper Podcast, Willem Dafrend.
You gotta enunciate, dipshit.
Oh, yeah.
He enunciated.
All right, fine. Tonight.
No, that was a good one. That was good.
That was tonight.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot, could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with the guys of Willem Dafrend.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is cool, man. I'm really glad to be here today. I guess before we get rolling too far, you guys want to properly introduce yourselves for those listening?
I'm Joe, Ballman if you care, and I play the drums.
I'm Craig Niemeller, and I sing. Well, I don't sing. I scream.
I'm not good at that.
I'm Tyler Hanks. I play bass.
Patrick, bomb, if you're nasty, and I play the instrument with 6 strings.
There you go.
Basses have 6 strings sometimes, so you want to be a little more specific?
Guitar.
I saw a shirt online. Speaking of if you're nasty, and it was an Alan Jackson if you're nasty, and I almost got it, but it didn't have my size. And I just thought it was pretty funny take on it.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love Alan Jackson back in the day.
Yep. Which you guys sound nothing like Alan Jackson though. That's, so it's a nice segue.
I've been thinking about buying a cowboy hat.
Right. Yeah. It would definitely finish the look, man. That's what I was thinking. You're missing the cowboy hat. You got everything else going for you, but we'll get the cowboy hat and then the look will be complete. But
I think so.
yeah.
I think so. Next band photo.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah. been
Fedoras
talking
and cowboy hats.
You have been talking about
Next
getting a big
record
truck.
It's organic.
Fedoras and cowboy hats. Record name.
Yeah. I just don't like a cowboy hat because in the car it hits the back of the seat. So.
Well, that's why you take off your seat rest, because, if you get into a car accident, who cares if you snap your neck? You're wearing a cowboy hat.
Well, you take the hat off to drive. I don't know. A hat should just put it on in the morning and keep it on the whole day.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, but what if you got to lay down in a field and take a nap? Cowboy hats look great over your face.
Over your face, yeah.
The perfect nap taker.
Yeah.
You got to think ahead about that type of thing.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, that's it, guys.
It's been fun.
Great podcast.
Great job. Great job, everyone.
Well, I thought, so this is, I don't really know anything about the group. I know a little bit about you 4 guys, but this is all, fairly brand new project, right?
Yep.
Decently, yeah.
Yeah.
So it started forever ago with my bud Denny, and we were called King Skulls, and we wrote this one song, and then we asked Craig over here to sing on it. And then Denny decided that he wanted to move away to the middle of nowhere, and it just died as a project. And then Craig hit me up one day, and he said, "Hey, do you still want to do this hardcore project?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Yep. And that was, I don't know, that was maybe 6 months ago or so.
That was longer than 6 months ago.
Well, no, when I hit you back up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was probably 2 years ago when
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah. And then when he said he still wanted to do it, I was like, okay, well, it's COVID year and I got nothing better to do, so let's go ahead and do that. And so I hit up Pat because I knew Pat was just itching to do metal. Like he was doing some metal stuff on his own. And so I asked him if he wanted to play guitar on this thing. Actually, I think at first I asked you to play bass because I don't remember why. I think we still had Denny maybe interested in playing at that point. And then
Either way, I'm super glad we found an actual bass player.
Oh yeah,
Thank God for you, Tyler.
Yeah, finding a bass player was the hardest thing.
It was. Well, yeah, because he was originally playing bass, and then Mike was on guitar, and then we got Nick Ellis to come in and play bass, and then job's more important than a band. And so
Their jobs and their families, man.
yeah, man,
No
jobs
idea.
and families, man, always gets in the way.
No shade.
Priorities are
So
fucked
We
up.
love you, bro.
Nick.
We love you, bro.
Nick.
Yeah, love all you guys.
And Nick was also in the original lineup for King Skulls, which should be the rightful name for the band.
That's an awful name.
It isn't. Oh, I forgot. Willem Dafrend is so much better.
But it's see, Willem Dafrend is so awful it becomes cool again. It goes full circle.
King Skulls. They had a whole TV show planned out for that. But
yeah.
it's good, man.
Yeah. So Tyler was the last piece of the puzzle, and we are so happy that he's here. And the whole thing is really kind of really gelled. About
Let
2
me
months
just say,
ago.
it all started with one song that was written by King Skulls.
It was written by King Skulls, Nick Ellis, Denny Blackwell, and I, and Craig on the vocals.
Yeah, so
which really tied it together.
So credit to them for writing the song, and then
Which is local legend, by the way.
local legend. And I remember Craig came to me and said that, hey, there's a song I worked with Joe on years ago or whatever that
2
was.
years.
So we got together and we recorded it again. I guess you had it recorded again.
I did fake drums based on like a shitty phone recording that he sent me, and we just did fake drums on it. I played guitar on it just to give it real guitars, and then I came over here and did the vocals on it just to do a shit demo. This is the idea of what we could do if we wanted to start a hardcore project, right? Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the beginning of it, yeah.
Yeah, and I played bass on that, and you'll never hear it. You'll never hear it. It's awful. Yeah, so that was how the whole thing started. It was one song. Y'all wrote it and recorded it, and then Craig, didn't you like put like vocals on it? Like
they sent me 2 years ago. They sent me a phone video.
I found that video
of him. It was Joe, Denny, and Nick in Joe's basement with a phone taking a camera video of them playing that song. You can imagine how shitty the audio was, right? They sent that to me, and I was too fucking cool to go to practice because I got a family and blah, blah, blah. My priorities are fucked up. And so I took the audio off of that phone video, plugged it into Pro Tools, and screamed over it, and then made my screaming sound even worse than it already was.
Hey, I'm going to be honest.
To match that, and that was what the recording was that I originally gave you.
I'm going to be honest. I love that original recording. It's
pretty good.
It's like the grimiest basement recording. It's so terrible, but like to me, it's always going to be precious because it's the birth of this project and what it's come to be.
And that happened 2 years ago.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, that's Bandcamp worthy for sure.
Yeah, I love that kind of like just as a fan of music. Some people don't like that stuff out there. Like, they want everybody to see the polished, produced, thing. But I love, I've been a part of several projects early on like this, and like somebody send you a demo version of a song or whatever, and you get the idea, and you become attached to what as and then the song, of course, like they take it to the studio and they clean it all up and make it sound nice and pretty sometimes. But it's always the first recording you heard that song, that's always like a special place for you.
Sometimes it loses something when you redo it and you're like, that's good. But
If it gets any better, it's going to start getting worse.
Right. Yeah, it definitely happens.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just kind of, that moment, that magic, that whatever happened in that original, just raw live recording of it or whatever it is in the basement. And
I think that's super important just in the type of music that we're playing. It's very abrupt and very just really warts out, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Yeah, we did our best to re-record that song, but maybe
I think we did an excellent job recreating that original track there, and I couldn't be more happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, well, you guys are talking about local legend. You said, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk. This is some of the origin of it all. Like, but is there anything that comes to mind other than that with this song that we?
Well,
it's pretty pointed.
Yeah,
lyrically, I mean, if you just listen to it,
I'll keep it as nice as I can.
It's like, here's the thing.
Yeah. It's titled Local Legend, and the four of us and all of our friends have been basically local legends for the last 20 years here in St. Louis, or at least at some point in our lives we all thought we were. I know I did. My first band was, I don't want to say dog shit, but it wasn't good. But at the time, and I still listen to those recordings and I'm like, God, that was a lot of fun, right? But when I think back on how awful I was, and I thought I was the fucking shit. Like I could do nothing wrong. And
hey, trouble!
Oh no! Sorry,
I was about to pass that cat the mic.
Cat made a mess. He heard the story coming. He's like, he heard the story coming.
He came down just for that.
He's like, he remembers me back then.
That's what I think of that band. Yeah.
I puke thinking about myself.
No, but we've definitely all been there. Like, I mean, even my first band, which nobody ever listening to this podcast will ever know, but my first notable band was called Lingrand. And we played.
I was really hoping you would just say like Blink-182 or something, where, you know, just some major band. Like,
Well, cheers to that.
Yeah, right.
No, and we played what we thought was absolutely astounding psychedelic, like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd rock, and I love those days, and I love those guys. But man, probably nah, we were great.
Yeah. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I just remember those days when you feel like you. I remember playing corner bars in front of 3 people, thinking like we are the hottest shit in St. Louis, and I'm like 19, 20 years old. And I'm like, I'm taking one of these 3 girls home tonight or whatever, you know, and I thought I was the shit, you know, and it's the dichotomy is so changed at this point because like now I'm doing something completely different because I've never played music without a guitar between me and everyone else. And I'm doing something that I've never done before. And so like I have zero
Experience?
Well, not even experience. It's more like I don't think I'm good. I'm not going to try and tell someone I'm good. I don't have an ego about it. Whereas back then, I wasn't even good at playing the fucking guitar, and I thought I shit on everybody. You know? So
You're still not good at playing a guitar.
you're absolutely right. But I recognize that now because I'm over it.
Yeah.
But that's what that song's really about. It's just,
There it
you
is.
know, being in that zone where you think your shit doesn't stink, and it's the smelliest thing on the fucking block.
Right.
Smells
Yeah.
like cat puke.
Yeah. It does smell like cat puke.
Can we
Trouble's
stop?
in my hand.
Can we not talk about it?
Well, you local legend now available wherever you're getting your digital music at today. So that's it's cool to have these properly recorded and available for everybody worldwide, man.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. One thing that might be notable now and for the next 2 weeks is the names are actually flip-flopped on Spotify. They have fixed them on some other streaming services, but it's really obvious because one song he says local legend and the other song he screams fish piss. So you can figure it out that they're backwards if you're on
Spoiler
Spotify.
alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler. Yeah. If you're listening to Local Legend and it's all about fish piss, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking CD, baby. Bunch of dorks.
Shout out to CD, baby.
Shout out.
Yeah. Proud
Unless
sponsor.
it was my fault.
It might have been our fault.
That,
Shout out to
My
Pat
fault.
Bomb.
If it was anyone's fault, it was mine.
well, you and you can also while you're on your phone or computer, you can check out Willem Dafrend on your Facebook and Instagram as well for some more updates. Hoping we'll get this get you guys on a stage sometime soon.
Yeah, we've got a few shows kind of lined up. Well, they're lining themselves up. We've got some pans on the fire, but we they're not all confirmed yet.
Right.
We're definitely going to be playing this summer.
Yeah, man.
So
I love it. I mean, like every day just flooded my feed with concert announcements. So it's really cool to see live music coming back around because I sure as hell missed it. So
Yeah, man.
it's gonna be fun, man.
can't wait to rage in some masked up mosh pits, man.
Right. Yeah.
I've already
No,
bought
I'm gonna get naked at the Marc Rebillet concert.
I bought a couple tickets. I got Deftones Gojira tickets. I got Rustin Kelly tickets. I'm
Sorry,
I'm ready to
Sorry
go.
to hear that. Sorry to hear that you're going to see the Deftones. I love them as musicians, but after the last time I saw them, I'll never see them again.
Joe, you need to calm down right now
Yeah?
before I come on.
Oh yeah, they opened up for Incubus. Chino came out and he was just pissed. He was fish piss drunk, and he thought he was in Kansas City. He thought it was Thursday. He kept dropping the mic,
That's my boy.
and I'm like, bro, I paid good money to see you because I don't give two flying fish pisses about Incubus because I'm that guy. Sorry, guys. I'm sure at least somebody else in this room cares about Incubus.
I liked
I mean, like the first few when they were still funky and had cool bass.
I liked one song by him, and it was Talk Shows on Mute.
I went and saw them. The first time I saw them was at Riverport. Now, whatever it's called now, I don't remember. But for
Bank.
Bankport, Hollywood Bankport. But I saw him the Morning View tour, and it was a fucking amazing show. It was awesome.
I just want to throw in there, if you've ever seen the Deftones and Chino didn't drop the mic or throw it on the floor, then it wasn't a Deftones show. It was probably something different.
Oh shit!
It's like a signature.
I haven't
just being
seen-
wasted.
No, I think he's sober. I think he's sober. He just throws the mic on the ground. And
That's his version of the Doors just falling for no reason.
I'm pretty sure they've got a huge suitcase of SM58s in the back of their van, and then every time he throws one on the floor, there's like that guy in the tennis match that runs up and gives the guy a new ball. You know,
Right.
Takes it straight to eBay.
Yeah.
$200.
Yeah.
Chino played
Smashed SM58.
Chino smashed this
Chino
mic.
touched
Yeah.
it.
I haven't seen him probably. I think it was 04. I think it was
Really?
it was Deftones, Mastodon, and Alice in Chains tour. So
Last time I saw him was at the pageant with Dillinger before Dillinger broke up, and it was great because they did Passenger together during the Deftones set, and it was fucking amazing.
I would have shit my pants to see that show.
Now you like him? Oh, now you like the Deftones show?
No,
It did Greg
Dillinger back in the day.
Greg do
He did Maynard's part.
Maynard's part?
Yeah.
He's a way
It
better
was
singer
awesome.
than Maynard. Throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, let's shit on Tool too.
Yeah, I'll shit on everybody.
Can we start the podcast?
yeah, don't worry, guys. None of this is gonna make the cut. So
All right, please.
Let's keep trying.
Cut this thing up.
Keep
It's
trying.
gonna be a 10-minute podcast of just
Cat puke.
us introducing ourselves.
It's clean. Sort of. I'll come back at it.
Oh man.
well, also we kind of talked a little bit of the origin, how this kind of came to be. But as far as you four, you guys all known each other for quite a while, and
Well, I think I'm the glue for the four people because the three of them didn't know each other at all,
Right.
except for through me. So Pat and I have been friends for a very long time. Since I think 05 was when I met Pat. He probably doesn't remember much, but we've talked about playing Soca Fest together. But I know that I remember more of that day than he does. For reasons. But that was 2005 in the parking lot of the Family Arena, and that was a good time with one of his old bands and me with my old band. And then I played with Tyler in a band called The Leopard from 2012 to 2015, something like that.
Something like that.
And then me and Joe have been buddies through mutual friends for, I don't know, maybe the last 10 years or so.
I was gonna say, 8 to 10 years was gonna be my guess.
Yeah, but we weren't friends because of music. We would get together and play fucking Magic the Gathering. Drink a lot of beers and play Magic the Gathering.
Those were the days.
so hardcore.
Oh yeah, just
You should have seen
screaming
that
at each
table.
other.
Yes,
Fucking
screaming at each other.
just fuck your goblins.
Yeah. And then Caleb trying to chime in with whatever deck he was playing that night.
Yeah. So
Him and his
but
tiny
that-
hands,
so-
I miss him.
So when so Joe asked me to do the thing with King Skulls, and that was kind of us just kind of thinking about doing some sort of hardcore project. And then when it kind of came back around, and we were, all COVIDed up, so no one had anything better to do. I put the other two pieces together because
I kind of talked with Pat about it a little bit, but that's the case for the three of you also. I'd seen all you guys around through various projects, mentioning the Leopard and stuff. Chris was a good buddy of mine from way back in high school and stuff. So
you went to high school with Chris Curd?
I went to school with Megan.
Oh wow!
Okay. And they were dating then. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
So that's what. But I went to Wentzville with them, and then but Chris, we all kind of hung out parties and whatever. So I've known probably 20 years or something. So.
Back when he was in Daniel, that band.
Yeah, I knew of Daniel. I don't think I ever went to Daniel shows.
I'll bet we would do the backflip off the kick drum.
And the
They
STL,
played
not STL Punk, but what was the not STL Punk, but what was the guy, the promoter guy who used to do the Mississippi Night shows? It was called.
talking about Mancuso.
No. It was always promoted.
Turn
on the
it
point.
up, man. Are you talking about the SGM?
Yes. Yeah.
Turn it up, man.
Yeah, but they would take it was when Westcott was a thing, and like the genesis of all of that STL punk world.
Amp STL?
Amp STL, that was it.
I,
That was
I used to have
it.
so many Amp STL samplers.
And they had those sampler CDs. Yeah,
That's how I
was.
discovered Jaquan.
But that was when I first saw.
Or no, it's Jaquan. Jaquan is famous. Jaquan was a local St. Louis rapper who is incredible.
Yeah.
Wait,
Look
are we
him up.
talking about Jay Quan, the guy who wrote the song "Everybody in the Club Get Tips"?
That's a different that is a person, but Jaquan
I was gonna say,
is a
can we
very
just talk
different
about for a
person.
second?
He's an even
I
better
was
person.
living in this house, and then all of a sudden, Jay Quan was sleeping in my basement.
What?
Yeah, this is a real fucking story.
Get after it.
Okay, yeah. So I'm living in this house in St. Charles. My buddy Paul, and I can't remember his name, but there was another fellow there. And then all of a sudden I come home one day, and there's, at the time, a brand new Dodge Challenger with 24-inch rims sitting in my driveway. Like, big ass, it's a white Challenger with white 5-spoke 24-inch rims on it. And I'm just like, who in the absolute fuck car is this? And I walk up. Maestro, that was his name. Maestro was the other roommate.
Of course it was.
Yeah. So I get out of my car and I'm just like, all right, cool, what's up? And he's like, Maestro's going to town in this car. He's cleaning it, he's waxing it and everything. And he's like, hey man, you want me Jaquan? I was like, I don't know who Jaquan is, but sure. I guess if he's at my house, that's fine with me.
All right.
And then Jaquan and I became super awesome buds. And he was sleeping in the basement for a while in the spare room down there. Until,
Anybody wants to get in touch with Jaquan and validate this story? Just
yeah, I guarantee
call
you.
Shane. Call Shane.
Are you sure it wasn't?
Guarantee you.
Are you sure it wasn't J1?
I am.
Live in the loop.
Nobody will ever believe me. He will never. And Jaquan will never.
That's why we need
validate
No,
this story.
no shade on J1. No shade, J1.
But
If you're
I
listening,
kid you not. After this, I will go even more in depth. I just don't think that I could do it on the radio. But nah. I hung out with Jaquan for like 2 months straight. Him and I became straight homies. We go out to the bar together. We go shoot pool and everything. And then he would come back to the house and smash chicks in the basement. And then he wanted me to play drums on one of his albums. And, well, that never happened. That never happened. I wish it did.
He must have lost my number or something. I don't know what.
Shoot, man. Gosh, I can't even believe. Wow, I forgot all about that part of my life until just now.
we're gonna need a broom in here. Sweep up all these names.
Yeah.
Jaquan, if you're listening to this, I fucking love you.
Anyway, Amp STL at Mississippi Nights.
That was actually Craig. That was my first. That was my first show ever. I thought it was SGM, but it could be wrong.
I think he had. It was Kevin Gertis. Was the
Kevin
guy's name.
Gertis.
Yeah, it was his company, and that guy. I don't care if he hears me say this. I didn't like him.
Well, with the last name like Gertis?
No, my very first band went to his. I think he had a studio or something, and we were talking about recording, and I don't even remember the specifics of what the conversation was, but it was so offensive, like the way he approached whatever the conversation was, that at 19 years old,
I already understand.
I hated him.
I already understand what you're saying. This guy would mansplain. This is a new term to me, but he would mansplain things to you, and you're like, dude, I fucking know, you dick. And I was in a pop punk band called the Skyline years ago. I'm so mad about Kevin Gertis right now. I have to say this, but we played it. We were going to open for 12 Summers Old, and it was their CD release party. And all we wanted to do was back up those guys. But it was at Mississippi Nights. We're like, fucking, this is great, cool. And then Kevin Gertis, I guess they had a thing for 12 Summers Old, and they told us, we're going to put you on one of these fucking CDs. that you mentioned.
The
sampler.
The STL sampler.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, that's pretty cool. I mean, we'll be on the sampler or whatever.
Summer's Old was all over those.
Yeah, he was all over. They were all over. Like Fifth Element, all kinds of great bands were on it.
You could insert any name there. There's a bunch of them. I think there's a bunch of
promoters.
Everybody has a story of somebody that was trying to take advantage of young guys playing music in the scene, trying to whatever, pay to play stuff and whatever it was. There was all sorts of stories, and unfortunately that's like a lot of the way it was back then. Like and
but to be fair, and to get back to that original point, was that like those shows were what really kind of introduced me to the music scene in St. Louis. So I will give Amp STL that credit.
It was a good show.
They put some great shows together at Mississippi Nights back in the day, and those sampler CDs were I did enjoy having them.
Yeah, those are.
Let alone all the shiesty shit that went in the back.
Right.
Yeah. Man, so I wasn't allowed to ever go to Mississippi Nights. It's really disappointing. I'm really sad I missed out.
You never went once?
I wasn't allowed. It's dangerous.
What?
Jaquan, like you can't. I need you here, man.
No. Like Mississippi Nights, like closed before I was actually.
Jaquan's like,
oh, I got you.
It was just like my parents. Like, dude, the first time I went to Pops, I was like 16 or 17 years old, and my mom was like, "You're gonna get shot down there. You're going with your dad." I'm like, "Why? So he can get shot too?"
Spent so many.
No, I can't even remember. Maybe it was like Phase 3 or like some. Oh man, I can't even remember the band that we went to go see at Pops. It was just like some nobodies coming through that I saw at Point Fest. That I was just like, oh man, I really enjoyed these guys. And gosh, I wish I remember their name. They actually had some good tracks, but no, that was my first experience at Pops, and I was like, man, I didn't get shot. My parents been lying to me about all this other stuff.
Can anyone right now remember the first show they ever saw at Pops?
My first show at Pops, Green Leon Blindside, and Hoobastank. 2000.
Nice. There you go.
All right. Tyler?
I think the first time I was there, I was playing. I think the first band.
Oh, way to go! Way to go, Tyler!
I don't know, man. I didn't
imagine the first time you enter Pops, you're loading in your gear. I salute you, sir.
Yeah, I actually do want to say it was like Phase 3 was the band. They came through Point Fest one year, and then they came back through Pops, and that was the only 2 times I saw them.
I was more of a high point creepy crawl guy. I didn't go to Pops level shows.
Yeah, I saw so many great shows at Creepy Crawl.
I grew up in St. Charles, where everything was dangerous in the city.
Right.
If it wasn't on that side of the river, it was too dangerous to go to. So I didn't get to go to shows at all unless they came through Riverport, and I went with my dad.
And that's why I boycott anything on that side of the river, because they don't like us. So
and that's also where I saw my first set of titties.
when I first moved to St. Louis in 1997, I was a huge R&B guy, and I really liked R&B 112 and Jodeci and stuff. Blackstreet and Jaquan. Yeah, he lives in my basement too, bro.
Shout out Jaquan.
I'm telling you, that story's true, man.
But I used to wake up to Magic 107. I think it was Magic 107 back then. Now it's Magic 104, or maybe neither of the radio stations exist anymore. I don't know. But I woke up one morning and Zapp and Roger was on the radio. And I was like, wow, it's more bounce to the ounce. It was Zapp and Roger. Like, I was like, I know this. And they said the first person to call in wins tickets to the show. And I called in and I won tickets. So my first concert in St. Louis when I moved here in 97 was Zapp and Roger, or Roger Troutman. I don't know if it was Zapp, because I think, either way. But at the Ambassador off of New Florissant. And yeah, my dad was pretty like, you can't go up there. Because he was auditing, he was working as a senior partner for Emerson Electric, and he was like, you can't come up there. We went.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Shane, what was your first concert?
At Pops.
At Pops.
In general.
Yeah, 2-part question.
Okay.
First concert at Pops.
First one that, and I'm sure my parents probably took me to something. I don't remember if that was the case.
Sing along or something.
Yeah, I definitely saw like Ninja Turtles at Six Flags.
No, I saw that.
Shit.
That was a thing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts.
They do like ninja rap, like ninja rap and shit. Like
there was choreographed dancing, like it was amazing. Yeah, it was a whole show. It was like a Broadway show, but Ninja Turtles.
No shit.
I did just recently, like a couple years now, but I did see Vanilla Ice at 90s House Party at Riverport, and he did Ninja Rap with Raphael. Yeah, so, and that was worth the cost of admission right there.
Yeah.
Did he do any of like the hardcore fucking Vanilla Ice stuff?
It was all like pretty much.
stuff.
Yeah, it was.
That's too bad. I liked it when he turned into Corn for a little while.
Right.
Yeah, right?
That was so weird.
Nice eyes, baby!
How'd that go?
Yeah.
How'd that go, Jack?
No, man, you only get one.
New singer.
Honestly,
You're playing drums now.
Yeah. We can both suck.
You didn't answer either one of my questions.
All right, so first show that I asked to go to, my mom took me to see Matchbox 20, Soul Asylum, and Semisonic.
Oh, that's a good line. That's
And 97. So yeah, great show. First time at Pops. So there was like a big gap there. I didn't go to a lot of concerts. I didn't really have anybody taking me, but so I really didn't like start really diving into live music until like pretty much after high school, when a lot of my friends started playing in local music, and I started going. So probably the first time I went to see Pops was probably to support Exit 714, who I was friends with in school and stuff.
Oh, who's in that band? I know that band name.
I know Tommy Crane was in that for a minute, but outside of that, I don't know.
Well, I went to school with Mike Cullen and Ryan Pauk, and who originally started that band. So
Wasn't that like a Farmington band?
no, they were two of the guys from Wentzville.
Yeah, dude, Exit 714, bro.
Yeah.
It's always crazy. Like there was like weird drinking water in like Farmington and Wentzville, and like these different spots in St. Louis where like motherfuckers like were doing some crazy music shit.
Coming out with some good shit from some.
I know Farmington was
out
crazy.
there towns.
There were kids coming out of Farmington that were fucking gnarly great musicians. This
Well, there
it's
ain't
probably
nothing else to
one
do out there,
music
but-
teacher in Farmington or in fucking Wentzville. that-
Like, yo, this is how you shred.
yeah, just do it, man. Just do it. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dream it, you can do it. Ice, ass, baby.
There it is.
I'm definitely.
That's our singer, Craig.
Yeah.
God, it's not. Don't do that.
I just found my new text tone right there. So I'm gonna,
Yeah, man. Use it.
yep.
Use it.
That's can I get that as just a sound bite for my ringtone?
Yeah.
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I stole your joke.
Right.
Oh, man.
I'll be selling those for
There you go.
99 cents.
That's
so.
how long our songs are. Ringtones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Might as well
yeah.
be. We're yet to break 2 minutes and
I think like
30 seconds?
No,
45
No.
is
And
tops.
we got at least 1 3-minute.
No.
Yeah, the Lego Lake is like right at 3.
No, I refuse to believe that. I'm still pushing for minute 12.
The last one we wrote is like right at 3 minutes. It's like 250 something.
We're struggling, and when I say struggling, I don't mean they're struggling. Pat's struggling. I'm sorry, Pat's the one who's struggling. To wrestle with the concept that good songs don't have to be 4 to 5 minutes long. They can be a minute and a half.
Just fucking get in and get out.
Get in, get out. That's what I do. That's why I'm single.
Every time we get together and practice, I learn something new.
Well, let's talk about the family favorite sing along, Fish Piss. Now this is everyone's been singing this one.
Everyone's been singing this one.
Yeah,
Who's everyone?
I mean me, and
matters.
yeah.
So what generally happens is Pat will come to the table with a couple of guitar riffs, and I will tear them apart. No offense to Pat.
Joe is so negative.
I am by far the most negative
Joe
person in the
is
band.
so negative, and I've always.
So anyway, can I talk? Because I have the microphone, and you will listen to.
You
every
both have
damn word I have to
microphones.
say.
we do both have
Yeah, we
microphones,
do both.
but you go for it.
So anyway, there was a practice, and this is when Nick was still part of the band, and Nick couldn't make it. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, Craig couldn't make it. And Pat had written this riff, and it was just like this real slow, doomy stuff that what he's into. And then he was just like, but then the other day I was like down in my basement, and I was like doing laundry, and I just picked up my guitar, and it was like, and I was like, all right. And then we played around with that, and it was probably about a minute and a half long when we initially were playing around with it. But then he was just like, I was like, dude, what if we incorporated this, like, you know, doom metal aspect that you are really a big fan of into the beginning of the song, draw it out a little bit, and then he and I jammed on that probably for 2 hours. Sent the recording out to the boys. Nick quit the band because, you know, job. And then we got Tyler. Because Fish Piss, that was...
I think we wrote that right before Tyler joined the band.
Yeah. But that was probably... Because we did Fish Piss, Inkwet,
like
Banana, and then Fish Piss.
You guys had Taco before I joined too, right?
Taco is Inkwet.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
I just remembered the name of that one.
Oh, okay. I'd still call it Taco.
Yeah, it's Taco and Banana, baby. Taco Banana.
I think we had 5 songs when we asked you to.
Yeah. So,
but again, for the listening public, 5 songs is they're 1.5 to 2 minutes.
That's a full 5 minutes of listening.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
With about 30 seconds of Craig burping in between.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Craig can crush an 18-pat every set.
But I feel like if we can incorporate more of these doom metal things into the music, then
really
maybe our
enjoy
songs, maybe we can get them to be like...
we've really incorporated
2.5 minutes.
Lot of everybody's musical taste, except for Tyler so far. Not anything against Tyler.
No, some of these new songs, he's got some ripping bass parts.
Not to take anything away from him, it's just like... I feel like we're yet to write a song where Tyler really shines at, but I think it's been like a really, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a really good give and take between the 3 musicians writing the music. You know, as far as like, oh, this should be fast or this should be slow, or we should try this out. I feel like we've done a really good job at capturing everybody's vision of the band and then making it into this weird blob of 2-minute songs.
I think it's been interesting because, you know, generally, you know, I've been playing music in St. Louis since 2001, maybe 2000, and but normally everybody that I played with is like you've known them for a long time, and you're already buddies. You already maybe have seen them in another band, or you know what they're about, you know. So when you show up to practice, you kind of already got a feel for that. This is a little bit different in that, as we mentioned before, you know, everybody here, with the exception of me, didn't know each other until about 2 months ago when we all kind of got in the same room. So it's definitely, I mean, there's been some growing pains. There's been some how do we be friends? How do we write music together? And how do we do that every week? And I think it's been interesting because it's a different way of attacking this band thing that I'm used to.
I will also say it's probably been easiest for Joe in a lot of ways because the core and the idea of what the band is kind of what King Skulls was.
Sure.
I really had I had no plans on being in a band like this, but then it kind of got put on the plate, and then I was like, wow, this is really cool, and I like playing guitar parts like this, so it's really cool. Craig's never been a lead singer of a band. I've been a guitarist for a band before, but never in like by myself. Like that's horrifying. I can't believe I agreed to this to begin with. I'm not that great a guitar player. Craig's never been a lead vocalist. He's obviously a vocalist and has done vocal parts for bands and
done background stuff.
Yeah, and he
it was all
writes
awful.
a bunch too. Tyler's been in a lot of bands too. But I don't think any of us really
None of us have done this.
This is just totally weird for all of us, I think, in terms of things.
I think everyone has like very different musical. Like we all like hardcore music, but different kinds of hardcore music.
Heavy music.
Like, yeah,
Heavy
like
music.
heavy. Yeah, I shouldn't say hardcore because
that is a genre.
people like Pat will go crazy.
Well,
But yeah, heavy music. Yeah, we all like heavy shit, but like different lanes of it.
types of heavy shit.
Well, that's kind of the fun of what you. I mean, you guys all come from very different backgrounds, very different influences, and that's kind of the fun of it all. Like you just put it all four random. I mean, you guys are becoming friends, but it's like you put these four different people together and see what happens. So that's kind of
That's what this band fucking is.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
It's really fun because like, all right, so drum wise, I have a very small wheelhouse, but I feel like I do pretty good at that wheelhouse. And so like warming up, oddly enough, I like to do like hip hop and funk.
Yeah, like every time we jam, it's always some kind of like goofy funk, like
And it's all- yeah,
poppy
yeah, yeah.
that's like doesn't sound like our band at all.
No, not at all. And God bless him.
then my hands go numb because I have
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say,
Pat just looks at me like I'm
God.
an asshole. It's like, what am I supposed to do?
God bless his heart, or whatever you pray to. Pat always tries to jump in. It never works out. Actually, you know what? Today,
funk
though,
is not my thing.
today though, warming up, we did like some I don't know what you would call it, some alternative rock metal kind of jam, and we all actually like felt like a really good groove. And I had to remind Pat that we're not going to write music like that for this band because while we were all feeling it. And it was really good.
Felt good, but you gotta keep him in check.
Yeah, you gotta keep that in check. Because all of a sudden he's gonna start pulling out these little sissy riffs. And I'm gonna tell him, listen, man, that doesn't hit hard enough.
Yeah. I think the goal of this band, I mean, from in the back of my whatever, what I'm thinking is, as far as guitar parts go, and my wonderful girlfriend Brina, who's upstairs right now, would agree. But all I'm trying to do is try to write the most annoying things possible, and then you guys come and then make it even more
Even
annoying.
more annoying, yeah.
And then
I don't know. I think it all sounds pretty badass.
and then every night that we're practicing, she's like, "I'm going to Breadco.
I remember you were over to the house one night.
I'm going to Starbucks."
Listen, I'm sorry. 1 second, Craig. The most annoying thing that you've brought to the table so far, and everybody loves it but me, is that new fucking pedal you got, which is cool at times, but you've thrown.
It's great.
Well,
It's just thrown me for a loop.
now I'm buying pedals to make my style of playing even more annoying.
But it definitely
fit in
does,
better.
It does have a place.
Pat, you were over at the house one night a couple weeks ago, and I remember my wife was like, "What is the genre? Like, what genre is this?" And Pat, to a T, he's like, "It's annoying." And I was like, that explains it just perfectly.
Well, I mean,
But Shane, I think you asked about this, family favorite fish piss.
Oh, right, fish
and we
piss.
never really got back to it.
I don't even remember him asking you a question at this point.
I'm sorry.
But the song itself,
I'm on a crazy train. It went off the rails.
the song itself is fish piss is basically an analogy for what social media is in my mind. It's like, it's just full of fish piss. It's an ocean full of fish piss.
Plenty of fish piss.
Stupid. It's poisonous.
What's the whole thing? The ocean's like full of it, right?
Exactly. I mean, and that's what you would expect to be there, right? So what are you complaining about?
well, I mean, the ocean, plenty of fish, but so many fish.
What?
piss.
Yeah, what was that?
What was that?
Don't worry, they'll get it.
But that's where the idea of that song came from.
I think what bothers me the most about the title is that I keep thinking of, because I keep thinking if I was a fish,
You would be upset by that?
well, no, I would have to be okay with the fact that I'm always drinking piss.
You're always drinking piss.
Well, that and
But what else are you gonna do? It's the world you live in.
Yeah.
You know. So, but that's what that song's about.
Yeah. Greatest intro to a song ever, right there. 15 minutes of band arguing about and what.
I just want to get back.
I feel like we're on our best behavior.
No, we're bonding right now. We're bonding right now.
If anything, this is probably the most we've ever talked to each other sitting in a room, because generally what'll happen is I get off of work and I come straight from work to here. Everybody else has had a very relaxing day with their families.
Oh yeah, super relaxing, working all day, Joe. All we're doing right now is we're reenacting all the conversations Joe had in his basement with Jaquan. Like this is it to a T right now.
But and then I'm always like, all right, come on, let's like I'm ready to practice, because like most band practice days for me are like 16 hour days before I get back to the house, so I'm kind of antsy, but. Yeah. This is probably the most we've actually ever just like sat down. And
Joe always like shows up and he's ready to leave.
Right.
Yeah,
So
man,
he shows up. He goes, "What time is it?" I'm like, "Well, I guess just go away then."
I usually do that about at least an hour in.
Yeah. He waits about an hour.
Well, there's been a lot of the cases of like that, like where we record a podcast in the band like this, and then like they're all like, "Man, we should do this like every week." We all like learn so much. Like we sit down and actually talk, and like
Yeah, it's like weird therapy there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shane the therapist. Everybody.
right? Oh yeah, hey.
Thanks for helping us.
I'll send you the bill. Hold on.
Whoa.
You guys got Venmo, right?
I've never even heard of it. I don't even have a cell phone.
I have Venmo, so I can collect money when I win bets.
I still have a checkbook. I saw it the other day. I was like, I haven't seen that in 2 years.
I only use mine to send my house payment in. That's pretty much it. So that's about it.
They've made it so much
They don't
easier.
have an online thing for you?
Same.
I probably could, but the checkbook's working.
Ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, so you can find Fish Piss and all the hits
Everywhere in the ocean.
hits, right?
You
Everywhere.
just can't see
Everywhere.
that without a
Right.
smile.
You can find fish piss in your aquarium.
I hope there's like somebody's got like a tally going, like how many times we said fish piss in this episode,
That-
and like so
this is a
maybe it'd turn into a drinking game or
it's
something.
a subliminal thing. Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure like kind of how Kanye's a gay fish. What if Jaquan was actually filled with fish piss?
Oh my god. What?
I don't know, man.
Don't worry, we're gonna
shit up.
we're gonna
cut that one out.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that one.
Yeah, it wasn't funny at all. The magic of radio.
It's so funny because these
Radio.
Whatever, Patrick.
No, well, I didn't know the difference before I did my first. But I had to ask Shane like a million questions. I was like, "So what is this? How does this work? What's going on?" And you're like, "No, it's not live." And I was like, "Oh, this thing's not live."
that's good.
yeah.
What is a podcast?
Yeah. No, we had to go there. I had a million email messages.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's a.
You can cut all that
I
out.
would say it's a form of radio. Even though I always tell like kind of my pitch is it's like radio on demand essentially. It's like you can podcasting is now made. You can find your audience exactly what you want, and it's all available 24/7. Whenever you're ready. So instead of having to be in the car with your radio on, you can have it on the go wherever you go. And so
No, that's a good way to describe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
so
That's cool.
it takes all the fun of radio and makes it in an on an app.
Every 30 seconds you're gonna have yeah, back to the beat.
Yeah.
We're here with Johnny Snaz and Craig Badu.
That's the whole podcast right there, man.
Do we have any more beers, guys?
I could use one more beer.
I could use 8 more beers.
Are there any more under the table, or are we?
We got another case upstairs.
All
Those out.
I can't wait to get Craig Badu on the podcast.
Craig Badoo's coming up in about an hour, guys.
Badoo.
6 more beers. Craig turns into Craig Badoo.
Shoot.
What's you guys mentioned a bunch of these other songs that we are working on that will fill up the next like 6 minutes of the set.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
At least.
But well, as far as are we looking maybe EP or what's going on there?
Well, right now we've got 8 songs total that we've written, and it's actually kind of funny because the 2 songs that we wrote first that we're releasing right now are like they're almost they're juvenile, but they're almost have like a seriousness to them, whereas the rest of them
Absolutely.
absolutely not.
I just imagine like you getting like really like dressed up proper and be like, this song's called Fish Piss, you know, like really serious, like top hat. And like,
Well, we've got songs. I mean, I've people have asked me what kind of music this is, and I describe it as dadcore, which I
Right.
don't know if that's a thing, but all the things that I've been writing lately is
about being.
I'm just speaking from the heart, you know.
Right.
I'm a husband of 14 years with 2 children, and the things that I write about is my shitty neighbors and being mad about all the Legos on the floor and my children not picking up after themselves, you know. So the last one we wrote is called Lego Lake, and it's all about boxing up my children's Legos and throwing that box in the fucking lake. You know?
Can we talk about King of the Cul-de-Sac? For a
Yeah,
second
there's
there, Craig?
King of the Cul-de-Sac because actually the other day my neighbor from couple houses down came over to my house to talk about HOA fees and what they pay for, and they're the trustee of the neighborhood.
An
and
HOA?
Oh yeah. Wow. And this song that we wrote, it's called King of the Cul-de-Sac, and it's basically the genesis of it was my in the center of the cul-de-sac where I live, my kid was climbing a tree in a little like common area, and there's one of the neighbors who takes care of that little common area, and he didn't yell at my kid, but I heard that he does yell at kids for climbing that tree. So the breakdown part of King of the Cul-de-Sac is keep your kids out of my fucking trees, and I'm just screaming that over and over again.
I'm gonna drive to your fucking subdivision every day for the next 6 months and piss on that fucking
Dude,
tree.
I'm saying, man, like, why is it
dick.
so serious?
Yeah.
So the whole point of what I'm kind of going after Pat comes up with some sick riffs, right? And the stuff that we're writing is super heavy and it sounds like it should be serious, but I'm trying to keep it light, tongue in cheek about things that piss me off, but like how do we bring some levity to it and bring a little bit of humor to it. And I think at the end of that Lego Lake song, I'm like, I'm sorry, I really love you. Let's go to Target and buy you some more shit. After I'm talking about throwing all their Legos in the lake. It's just like, how do you make it fun while still being heavy and not talking about like I don't know.
I feel like that's part of like the good balance of this band is that like you want to be funny. I had like Weird Al as my hero, but then we have like those guys to like rein us in to be like, nah, we don't want to be like a joke band.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do.
It's not meant to be a joke. It's just meant to be lighthearted because there's too many bands, especially in this type of genre, that just take themselves so serious. And it's like, why do we have to be so serious? Now, there's definitely a time and a place, obviously, where there's serious
draw
things.
a line somewhere.
There's serious things to talk about, and there's serious. I mean, I know a couple of our songs are like talk about some serious like alcoholism and just how do you deal with serious shit, and I know that I've had problems that I've drank way too much to. It doesn't solve your problem, but maybe at the time you think it is, but. Really, when it comes when it yeah, exactly.
I will say, for the record, regardless of whether or not some of the songs maybe have a lighthearted feel, I would not stand near me during one of our sets because I will take your fucking head off.
Oh man, I am so
No heads
amped.
are allowed on stage.
All right.
We take them clean off.
I'm so ready to play a live show.
I'm
I haven't played in
I've never been more
probably
ready.
like 6 years.
Yeah.
I haven't played out live.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been.
So Joe's gonna be really, really rough when he comes. He's rusty. He's
No.
knocking the cobwebs off.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I refused to be in a band for the longest time because I got tired of having 5 fucking girlfriends every time I wanted to get a band together. It was just like, oh my god, you guys.
Wait, you had 5 girlfriends?
That's
I was talking about the
bandmates.
bandmates.
Oh, the bandmate. I was like, dang, dude.
that's how good the band was.
I'm a bass player. I've never had that.
Okay, I get it.
I'm a one-woman man, if that.
No, I got tired of like 5 people just bickering at each other, like 4 or 5 people just always bickering and like so on and so forth, and so I just like pretty much nixed being in a band, and I'm actually like really happy with the group of people I'm finally in a band with. I mean, I can't wait to go on tour. I don't know if you guys heard, but we're actually playing the Mandarin Garden.
Nice.
Yep.
No, we're not.
Every Mandarin Garden in the United States of America.
We're playing KC Botanical Garden. We're playing
Shakespeare in the Park.
Shakespeare in the Park. Yeah.
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 Good
Yeah.
big things.
I don't know. I never actually listened to the music. I don't know. I think, but I'm pretty sure that they are. But like, isn't there like a group Oakley Dokley?
Yeah,
Oh,
the Ned
yeah.
Flanders band.
Yeah, and they're like, aren't they pretty hardcore? Like,
Yeah,
heavy?
they're like straight metal, and they all
Right.
dress like Ned Flanders.
So I don't know. Just like
Hard as
as
fuck.
you're,
They've been through here a couple
yeah,
times.
I know I've seen their like name and that, but
They
that's
played Fubar.
yeah, but like I've seen. I don't know. Just like not that you guys are going that route, but just like as you were describing dad core kind of like I'm like that's like I went to like what's like that's like totally Ned Flanders is like the all-American dad type of thing, and like these guys are all dressed like that, and then like just going out and having a good time. So I think there's some elements that I feel like as you described that.
Well, I think the point
I hope
is,
someone can
we're not
fill
getting
me in on this after the fact.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I have no idea.
Well,
what
You ever
you're
heard of
talking
Oakley Dokley?
Oakley Dokley.
No.
It's just
Do a deep
it's-
dive.
Yeah.
well, the point of the dadcore thing is like how do you? We're not getting younger, right? I mean, I got 2 kids. We're all growing up. We're all getting just life's happening.
Sure.
I mean, Joe will never get married because he's got 5 girlfriends, and that'll never.
Man can wish.
But like, how do we stay relatable to like our friends who are also married,
Right.
who also have kids? I mean, like, I want to say something that they're like, "Fuck yeah, I hate Legos on the floor too."
Right.
I hate the asshole across the cul-de-sac who keeps yelling at my kids for getting in his fucking trees. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
It gets on my nerves. So let's fucking make some fun about it.
And that's the thing too. Like, as I don't know, this kind of takes me back to like listening to a lot of my friends that played in these heavy aggressive bands as we were younger and stuff. So like, it's kind of it's still people still have a good time listening to heavy metal or heavy music, and not metal, but whatever, just heavier music and stuff, and still have a good time. So it doesn't, even as we're getting older, we can still enjoy these things and come have a good time at the show and just be silly with our friends and have a good time at it.
Man,
So
speaking of getting heavy with your friends and having a good time, I can't wait to record and release Hardcore.
That's another good one. That one's kind of similar vein of the local legend thing. The song's called "I Am Fucking Hardcore," and it's again, you get full of yourself and you think you're the only person in the room and everyone needs to fucking listen to you because the thing that you want to say is the only thing that they need to hear. So the whole song is about just shut the fuck up, listen to me because I'm here right now. Grab a beer. I'm going to drink at least one more than you because I'm fucking hardcore, but I'll buy the round. It's that's the message of the song is that and that's how I envision everybody thought of me 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Just this fucking loud asshole at the bar buying drinks and making everybody uncomfortable. You know?
I'm just glad you're not writing songs about your ex-girlfriend from 10 years ago.
I've never had an ex-girlfriend. Been married for 14 years.
Oh,
never
right. I'm sorry,
even
15,
knew another woman.
15 years ago.
And 15 years ago, if you drank that many beers at the bar, you're definitely not hardcore. So.
You know what I mean? He was,
Oh yeah, because back then you had to be straight edge to be hardcore, right?
Yeah.
oh, right.
You had to watch out. You had to watch your drink intake back then.
Yeah, well,
What a terrible time.
I wasn't going to hardcore shows. Remember, I was going to Incubus, fucking Morning View.
Well, very cool. This is I got a couple questions I've been going around asking you guys, but one I was thinking about, you guys did kind of you kind of made a joke said describing the sound as just annoying.
But I can elaborate a little bit.
Accurate.
But like I was wondering, like as you were pitching the idea for this band to these guys, like what was like the name you like, kind of this sound but this, or was there certain names that came up like as influences that maybe a vein of where you guys were wanting to go?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, see, okay, let me just say this, and then you guys please take a turn. I had zero influence because I've never really listened to hardcore. I've listened to heavy music plenty, but I didn't
throw
really
hardcore out of the whole conversation.
I mean, I came into this
hardcore?
wanting to start a hardcore.
But the thing is, Joe and Pat specifically have super strong feelings about all of their influence in it. So I'll let them take over. Me personally, I just had that one song, and I was like, "This sounds cool. Let's sound like this song that we recorded."
Sure.
And I had no other real base for influence. Pat and Joe, please take it away.
All right, so not that I think that we necessarily sound like any of these bands, but I definitely feel like we pulled some influence from them. But like I came to the table with some of my favorites, being Every Time I Die. I'm a big fan of
100%.
Knocked Loose. I'm a big fan of Craig introduced me to Greyhaven. Just like some of the harder, like more raw stuff, like even like Glassjaw and stuff like that. And then also like some more like I guess the heavy punk like Turnstile would be, and ultimately I just wanted it to be like fast, heavy, and fun, just at any point in the show, if we ever became cool enough to have more than 10 people there, Craig could say start a circle pit, and then this song is called Fish Piss.
Let's open this pit up.
If we're ever that cool.
So I think fast, heavy, and fun is like a great.
Like
That's a good combo.
Like that's like what I envisioned for this project. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want certain parts of it to be slow, low, and like absolutely gut stomping breakdowns, which we don't have. That's not something we do. But I mean, I like our breakdowns, but they're not gut stompers. Pat?
I mean, I think Every Time I Die, Greyhaven. I mean, my influences are. I really like odd.
He's about to name a band nobody's ever heard of.
No, I was gonna say I like odd phrasing. So I like a strange, I like alarm chords and strange stuff like that, like dissonance. So for me, figuring out a way to get dissonance in fun chords, that's my only thing. And I really wanted a guy like Tyler to be in the band so that he could kind of push things.
Yo, I'm obsessed with baby metal and no effects. So it's not quite on the same.
So he doesn't get a
wavelength
vote
as
when we
everyone
talk
else.
about genres of
So
music.
like, I always want to do shit that like no one wants to do.
But I think
but at the same time, I love what they like. I don't know. It works.
But see, all right, so y'all two,
Yeah, it really
so
has.
Joe and Tyler have this, kind of punk rock aesthetic, and punk rock in the form of maybe like a No Effects or whatever, like fast, hard, fucking snare drum, kick drum, and hi hat, fucking punk rock. And then I come from a more like doom, I don't know, weird kind of stuff, and Craig I think is more straight rock. So I think that
You can really judge us by our t-shirts, right?
yeah, right. I just think that everyone's got like a different background and stuff, and I think it's really neat. I've never played in a band with a guy like Tyler. He's very, very interesting, very, very different. I've never played in a band with a drummer like you, 100% for sure. And it's very, very cool and very, very interesting. Cool. And I've never been in a band with a guy like this guy as a vocalist, for sure. But at other bands, I've been with him. But definitely super different. But the way it comes
works.
together.
It works. It's the way it's coming together. Like, I mean, I'll be definitely, like we said earlier, I'm the Debbie Downer of the band. I'll be the first person to shut something down, or they can just kind of see it on my face. I'm like, I'm not a fan of this. But on the other side of that coin, they brought me something and said, hey, why don't you play drums? Because a lot of times what Pat will do is he'll record some guitar tracks and then he'll mock up drums to it, and just immediately I'm just like, no. Absolutely not. And but we'll actually like go into the room and start playing around with it, and then it just like morphs into this idea of like kind of what everybody like once everybody can bring their stuff to the table, it morphs into
The last song we actually wrote,
dude,
I think is
Lego
our best. And that one,
Lego Lake is good.
That one, I was really excited because it was more along the lines of, hey, the guitarist writes the riffs, comes back with riffs or whatever, and then whatever. But this last song that we wrote, I had an idea, and then just played it, and then it organically happened.
Yeah.
And I think that's what transcends.
I think
the band.
That's probably the first song that we all four kind of wrote together.
Everybody really contributed on that. Like, you even stopped and you're like,
so stoked.
I'm not sure what to do at this point, Tyler.
Yep.
Please write the next part. And we came up with this fucking baller chorus.
And then Tyler was like, how about do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and it was like,
how about all this really good stuff?
Punk rock chorus, and that was it.
That was a good one.
So it's I think right now is the beginning of this band in this really cool way, to where everyone now it doesn't have to be certain ideas happening at a certain time. You come with a riff, come to practice, and that's the song.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm looking forward to what else you guys have to share with us soon. Hopefully, we'll get some more recordings out there. And like I said, those 2 singles are now available out there readily wherever you're getting your music at. But hopefully, we'll have some new stuff coming soon too.
Well, stick around. It's early enough. We might just fucking play a song.
Yeah, there we go.
If we can keep Joe from falling asleep.
All right. Again, hopefully we'll have some announcements here real soon.
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, do we have?
I think we did.
Oh yeah, do we get it?
I think we did. I think we did confirm. Well,
my news sounds.
I don't know. We'll
You guys
say we
were
confirmed it. How about that? At the Heavy Anchor, July 9th, with a band called Family Medicine.
All right.
Now you know.
Yeah. That'll be the debut, the first live show.
I think so, unless they cancel on us between now and then. They said, "Hey, you want to play the show?" And we told him yes, and then he said, "Cool." Actually, he said, "Hell yeah." So we'll see what
Gotta
happens.
keep it radio appropriate, Craig.
He said, "Heck yeah."
Those guys are legit. Those guys from Family Medicine are legit. Like I know Chris from that band for like a long time.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think he knows you're in this band because he just asked me, "Are you guys like a new band?"
The second I see him, I'll be
I want to know how the heck he heard about us.
Well, for fucking Paper Rock Podcast.
Was it Rock Paper Podcast? Did you ask?
Dude,
him?
you're fucking making our career right now,
Yeah,
bro.
well, hey.
I'm only assuming that because Shane posted a like, "Hey, I'm gonna go hang out with these fucking jacklegs from Willem the Stupid Shits."
Is it too late to change the band?
I mean, I'm on board.
To Willem the Jack Shits?
The Stupid Shits.
Yeah, stupid shits. Sorry.
Yeah, so you posted something about coming to see us today, and then like an hour later, we get this message from these guys in Family Medicine, which I thought it was like just like, "Hey, we got doctors. Do you need a family physician?" But no, apparently they play punk rock music and wanted us to play a show with them at Heavy Anchor, and we were like, "Sure, sounds fun."
Hey, real quick, I want to do. Are you still recording?
Yeah. No, I mean, we can start if you want.
No, I would like to ask. I think I would like to ask everyone a question right now.
Sure.
And then you're on. You get one answer.
Princess Diana, final answer.
One of your top 5 favorite records of all time.
Oh, we got to come
Shane?
up with 5 though.
No.
One
One of the
of.
top 5.
Oh,
One of the
okay,
top
okay.
5.
That makes it easier.
I already got mine.
All right,
I got mine.
Go first.
My honest, the absolute first thing that came to mind was Every Time I Die is the Big Dirty. It is the, in my opinion, pinnacle of their recording.
Hey, man.
Man, it was just downright Southern dirty.
Which one was it?
That's the one with the
was the
guy
name
hold
of
it. Oh, the Big Dirty.
Okay, so my favorite, Every Time I Die, the Big Dirty.
Not Every
definitely.
Time I Die record. I'm talking about
No,
top
just
5.
top 5, any record
of all time.
of all time.
Fucking did not get my joke. They're off.
So sorry.
That was a good. That was.
I mean, if I had
Sorry.
to go number 2, it would be brand new. God and the Devil Are Raging Inside.
oh, it's a great album.
Oh man, that's a.
You going next, Craig? There.
Yeah, Blindside Silence, dude. Fucking great record.
My favorite album. It's one song. It's 18 and a half minutes long. No effects. No effects. The Decline. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to music ever.
Of course.
Everybody, write it down in stone. Greatest song that's ever happened to
If you
music,
disagree,
and
you're
it has
wrong.
the letters NOFX in the next sentence.
You'll find it.
Oh man, I was not expecting
That's
that.
why Tyler
I mean,
was invited.
I should have.
I already knew.
That's why he's here.
I'm gonna go with Jane's Addiction, Ritual.
There you
Really?
go.
Okay. Well,
Incredible record. And Shane for the bullet.
Well, mine's very different. But I don't know, for whatever reason, the first thing that came to mind, one of the tops was Southeastern from Jason Isbell.
Ooh.
What a great record.
Yeah.
Holy cow, I love that record.
Yeah.
Twist the knife.
Yeah, it's
That's a curveball for anyone listening to this shit.
yeah, right. Yeah.
But that's a fucking
But that's
amazing
my
record.
taste. I mean, I love singer songwriters, storytellers like that, and he's one of the best for
Telling
sure.
some real
Yeah.
good stories
Well,
about
I'm
the
sure
cul-de-sac
if
over here.
we
bro.
we could probably like get Craig to sing, and we'll like do it real slow.
All right.
Yeah, and then we'll do a Willem
Do the-
record. Yeah,
do the,
Joe's like
Joe's gonna get a
no.
Joe's gonna get a fucking
The,
no, I
cajon.
can't wait to do 7 albums.
The
of
Unplugged
just,
set?
hardcore fish piss, and then we put out one album that it's lyrically the same content, but like Nirvana's unplugged, or no, I'm sorry, just MTV unplugged
Right.
version of Willem Dafrend.
of fish.
But all new songs.
Yeah, we need
Yeah, all new songs.
Yes.
One album, never performed ever.
acoustic,
But it becomes
fish piss.
our greatest work of
Yeah.
art.
We get 14 listens a month on Spotify.
I was just thinking too, like since these are such short songs, like that set, like you guys play the whole all your entire catalog in like 10 minutes, and then like,
Well, bro, like 11.
like we,
Yeah, come on, don't tell us short.
we open with Fish Piss and we close with Fish Piss. We'll just give the people what they want.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's like Samson,
All right. But no, I do think the Unplugged set will definitely be a hit. So I
It's
can't
gonna
wait for
be
that.
great.
Day.
We're gonna have all kind of guest artists. Fucking
Dave-
old boy from the basement's coming. What was his name?
Jake
Jaquan's coming.
Jaquan,
We're
yeah,
gonna get we're gonna get Jaywan too. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: those two guys are gonna arm wrestle while we play Fish Piss because they don't like each other because it's too
Dude,
similar in names.
Actually, at that time, Dave Grohl will have picked us up as an artist, and he's going to play drums, so I'll be replaced.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Dave Grohl's an amazing drummer.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why he replaced me.
Yeah.
Because he said, hey, do you guys want to be famous?
Joe's gonna
I
still
just
be in
have
the
to be a
band. He's just
drummer.
gonna wear a clock around his neck and yell, "Yeah, Fish Piss!"
I already know him.
Hey, man, hey, you know what? Out of that deal, I'm going to end up with a dating show.
Yeah. All 5 of your girlfriends are gonna show up and do a blind dating show.
All the
It's going to be called Flavor of Fish Piss.
I just see
We got lime. We got strawberry. Oh, we got. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
fuck.
Flavors would they be?
Ooh, I wasn't even ready for that.
There's a gas leak down here.
Holy shit. Thanks for having us, Shane.
Yeah. Shane, thanks for having us on the show.
Yeah.
That's we just go out on the top right there.
Yeah. That's some gold.
Wow.
Everybody listening is going to say that was dumb as fuck. Never listen to this podcast again.
Yeah, we're sorry we ruined your entire career, Shane.
No, he's fine.
Yeah, he doesn't have to release this.
Our careers.
Yeah, we
Dead in the water.
We went from 14 listens to 13.
You know what? I don't really like the way they ripped on Flavor Flav right there.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
And Jake Long's my favorite. How dare they lie about him? He's never been in a basement in his life.
Yeah, he's sleeping in my attic right now.
That guy lives on the 40th floor of the Trump Tower.
His rims are 22 inches, man.
Right.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. I pulled up and I said, what?
What?
Maestro, why are you cleaning this guy's car?
That's the story we need to be told. Right? What Maestro story?
Maestro?
Yeah,
I wish I knew his real name.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, again, get plugged in on Facebook, Instagram, and July what?
July 9th.
July 9th.
July 9th. Come on out.
Yeah, jump on
Family medicine.
Jump on our fucking...
They don't know who we are either, but they fucking threw us a lifeline, so we're gonna fucking...
Jump on our fucking social media stuff and fucking... Let's party, dude.
Yeah.
Trying to play a show, and I swear to fucking God, if you come near me while I'm actually playing these songs, I will fucking decapitate
Send
you.
us some messages about your worst fucking dad moments, and I swear to you, I will fucking put that in a song. All right?
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun.
I'm too excited, Shane.
I'm gonna come out and rage with you guys.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shane will fuck you guys up.
You guys ever seen
Come to the
Shane
show
in a pit?
and get fucked up by Shane. God. Just
listen to me. You ever seen the new Planet of the Apes when the apes just like started killing people? That's Shane in the pit.
That's every day in the
That's just him just going buck wild.
Shane, the reason why I started playing in a band was so I wouldn't have to be in the pit anymore.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? The pit's the best part. I can't wait to jump off the drums and just leave you guys there during the breakdown. Because I'm going to be getting down in the pit.
Big news. Everyone that's listening, we're getting a drum machine.
Right.
I thought you were going to say big news. I'm getting married next week. Brina doesn't know it yet, but I'm proposing tonight.
Right. That would be a big exclusive right there.
Big exclusive.
Big exclusive.
That's a Rock Paper Podcast exclusive right there.
Honey.
Right.
Joe's a liar.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and I say we do this again soon. This was a ton of fun tonight. So, big shout out to our sponsors at Bush Beer.
Fuck yeah, we drank about 40 of those in the last 2 minutes.
Wow.
You think they'll sponsor us?
I mean, I think so.
I don't know. We do have a song called Fish Piss, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the main ingredients.
We're shooting now.
T-shirt idea. This is the T-shirt. But we've replaced some letters, guys.
With Fish Piss.
That's actually a great fucking idea.
I know.
That's our first T-shirt.
Game over. You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah. Copyright.
First printing.
Yeah.
August 9th. Meant July 9th.
I can already see the cease and desist.
I can already see the label. Oh, man. It's going to be great.
It's going to be incredible. I'll get onto that tonight, guys.
Oof.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.